Rumiko Takahashi tends to pull inspiration from many different sources, but typically they come from mythology, religion, beliefs, or practices of countries like Japan, China, Korea, and India's history. But there's one ritual that she seems to have a special place in her heart for, as it comes up time and time again, and that is the Kodoku. If you enjoy these dives into the history and mythology behind some of your favorite anime series, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more. If you want to support the channel a bit extra, you can also check out my Patreon through the link in the description down below. And finally, you can keep up to date with the channel by checking out my Discord or following me on Twitter and Instagram at AxelBeats. With all that being said, let's talk about the Kodoku. As I've said, we see the Kodoku mentioned a lot in Rumiko Takahashi's works. Just in the 2 series that we've covered on this channel, there have already been 4 cases of Kodoku mentioned. We had Naraku sealing demons in a mountain with the plan of absorbing whoever became the Kodoku by killing all the others inside and absorbing them. We had Moroha taking on the Kodoku Crucible under Yawaragi's orders, and we have Byouki in Mao, who is the result of a cat Kodoku. Finally, we also had Otoya creating his own Kodoku in Mao as well. However, this is far from the only example of Kodoku in anime and manga. Actually, as it turns out, it's a pretty common theme. Kodoku no Gourmet and Kodoku Experiment straight up have the word in their title, while other shows implement the idea more subtly. For example, Orochimaru in Naruto tried to find the best host for his body by using a Kodoku. Blackbeard in One Piece at the bottom of Impel Down used the same practice to find prisoners to join his crew. Even in Mob Psycho 100 we had a Kodoku being performed by Matsuo, who was trying to merge spirits and create powerful pets. These are all examples of the Kodoku. However, if you are to loosen the definition a little bit, even series like Danganronpa could be considered to be inspired by things like the Kodoku, as it revolves around a group of students being contained in a building and forced to kill one another until only one survives. Similarly extending out to other death game series like Future Diary. So what is the Kodoku and why does it show up so often in anime and manga? And what does it mean? While most representations of the Kodoku come from the Japanese ritual, the earliest recorded form of it can actually be tracked down to at least the 7th century in China. And here we're going to have to cover something called gu. Gu was a type of venom-based poison produced by sealing several venomous creatures together in a container. Things like centipedes, snakes, scorpions, or really anything else that could potentially house a deadly venom within themselves. The idea being that these creatures would eventually kill and devour each other, and as they consumed their forced roommates, the poison within the one being eaten would transfer into the eater, creating a more concentrated and deadly venom within them. This continuing until you only had one survivor left, whose toxins would become incredibly powerful. This survivor would often be devoured by worm larvae, and the last surviving larva was assumed to hold the most deadly poison of all, along with the spirit of the gu. While worm larvae were the most common thing to be used, a gu spirit could also be transferred into things like snakes, frogs, dogs, cats, or even pigs. Basically, as long as you can get it to eat the other beings within the container, you're good to go. Gu could be used in black magic rituals to manipulate people, give them diseases, or even kill them, famously being used to either gain wealth or to get revenge. The Japanese practice of Kodoku, sometimes called Kodo, Kojutsu, or Fuko, is nearly identical, however they cut the process a little bit short. There is no final set of larvae to feast on the survivor. Instead, the final surviving creature in the container becomes the Kodoku. The venom within this Kodoku could be used to control people, make them unlucky, or kill them. So it's pretty similar. That said, if the Kodoku was kept alive, it could also be used as a lucky charm, supposedly giving people great wealth in exchange for the owner feeding and caring for it. If the owner, however, failed to provide for the Kodoku, the creature would become enraged, only calming once the owner placed all of their riches beside the road, plus interest, and then devouring their owner. Interestingly, this meant that gifting someone a Kodoku could give them phenomenal wealth, but could also act as a ticking time bomb of a curse just waiting to be placed upon them. This practice became heavily taboo, as it was associated with demonic magic. However, that really doesn't seem to matter in anime and manga, as we typically see them being used by demonic or evil characters anyways. It isn't like Naraku is too worried about being cursed, and in examples where we see good characters being associated with the Kodoku, the results tend to differ. For example, Moroha survives the Kodoku, but avoids absorbing the other demon spirits after it's finished. I think that the idea of Kodoku are incredibly interesting. The concept of demons fighting for survival and being used to empower their killers to produce the ultimate demon, the ultimate curse, or the ultimate lucky charm, all act as really unique set pieces for storytelling, especially through the lens of Western observer, as it's incredibly rare to see themes like this explored in Western entertainment. So what are some of your favorite examples of Kodoku in anime and manga? And what do you think about the Kodoku in general? It's definitely very dark, horrific, and brutal, but thematically, I can't deny that it makes for some damn impactful scenes. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. You can also check out the Discord in the description down below, and of course, a big thank you to all of our patrons, the Dai Yokai Brunette Thrasher, Jacob Wiley, Ikerochu, and Iffy Babes, our Yokai Lucifina Akuma and Jamie Heck, and our Hanyo, Anthony Hogan, Kasim Salim, Love the Kiwi, Michael Greco, Randy Moseyman, Savage Camel, and Simon Electric. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, remember to stay excellent.